What is up, historians? Welcome to another episode of Mana Rant, the Mana Dorks podcast, a historic-centric podcast. I'm your host tonight, Hoshi, and my co-host is a man who just got accepted into Strixhaven's special education program. It is DrunkenDork.
Yeah, actually, they denied me at first. They said I was, that I was even lacking there. So they denied me, but I had my mom write me a letter, and then
she showed a picture of your head. She was like, no normal person has a head that
just
size,
a picture of me. They just felt really bad, you know.
As we all do. And our other host, Apollo, is once again not here. So if you're following the saga of Apollo, last week he hit his head pretty hard, and he started thinking that he was Chandra, and he was walking the streets in some metal trash can bikini that he came up with. Yeah, it was pretty crazy. Anyways, he got arrested doing that, to no one's surprise, because he was doing some pretty lewd acts out there. And so the cool thing about that is apparently the jails in Phoenix are pretty cool, and they have computers there. So he is joining us via chat tonight. So he's on our Twitch chat. So in jail. So what's up, Apollo? Yeah.
It's cool that in jail they allow you to use your Twitch chat. I like that. You know, that's very kind of them.
That is cool. It's very progressive of Phoenix to do that, and I hope they are treating your butthole well. So this is Mana Rant, episode 37 actually tonight. And if you are new to Mana Rant, we follow the stages of Magic the Gathering, the card game. And that starts off with, we have our Untap, our Upkeep, Draw, Main Phase, Combat, Main Phase 2, End Step, Cleanup, and Discard. And we do a different thing for each one of those phases. So let's start off the show with our first phase, which is going to be our Untap. Oh, yeah. And in our Untap, we open up a drink that we are going to be enjoying for this podcast. And DrunkenDork, what are you drinking tonight?
Tonight I got a peanut butter milk stout, but I just want to do a shout out for Jacavio. I think I said that right. Thanks for joining. Yeah, appreciate it.
Nice. Yeah, welcome.
And I got just a peanut butter stout. Nothing super exciting, but this is my go-to, man.
Hell yeah. Yeah, that's good. I got a chocolate peanut butter stout, I think, in my fridge. But instead, tonight I went with Monkey Shoulder, which is probably my favorite lower end scotch that I drank. It's got a little hint of banana to it. It's so good. Love it.
It's nice. You are a disgusting man, like always.
Yes, that is true. Oh, man. All right. Well, and anyone else, if you are having some drinks with us, let us know tonight. All right.
Yeah,
cheers.
Absolutely. Cheers. Cheers, everyone.
Cheers to everyone. Delicious. All right. So, moving on to our next phase, we are going into our Upkeep. And our Upkeep is our Reddit Rant. And tonight, the Reddit Rant is brought to you by me. I scoured the internet this week to find a lunatic ranting about Magic the Gathering, which is never hard to do, luckily, because Magic is a game of severe frustration, especially if you're playing on Arena. So tonight, our Reddit Rant comes from Magic Arena MTG on Facebook, the Facebook group for that. And it's
did you post it to the syllabus?
Yes. It's
okay, great. Yeah, keep going. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt you.
No worries. And so the post is by Christopher Anspach. I think I said that right. And as normal, I always screw up everyone's name. So here he goes. Pet peeve: when people concede instead of letting you get the finishing blow. Not. Okay. Are you there? Should I wait for you?
No, I don't have it. I don't have the link. Sorry.
Okay, you're just going to have to listen to my sweet, smooth voice then, I guess.
Oh, man. All right.
All right. From the top. Pet peeve. When people concede instead of letting you get the finishing blow. Not a game going bad. I can't win. I'm scooping. But when the game's played out, they're about to take the final blows, so they concede. And then related pet peeve, see below. I'm taking it like a man and letting you get the knocks instead of conceding. I'm either tapped out or have no cards abilities and can stop what's coming. Just effing attack. You don't need to do 4 or 5 actions to take before attacking to prolong the game. So I felt like this one was a little true to my heart. I know I've done both of these rants before, but mainly the second one. DrunkenDork, what do you think about this rant?
I think this is a big old baby. That's what I
you
think.
Do?
Yeah.
I don't care about the first one so much. If like I'm about to win and they concede, okay, whatever. The second one though, I get that when you're like, okay, like you got me, you know, like just get your hits in, and then then they just start like Dexter baiting for a while, and they're like, okay, and then I'm gonna do this, and then I'm gonna do this, and they start running the rope. It's like, all right, dude, this is cool. Like, unless you're doing some combo or something, then I might sit back and watch it, you know? But if it's like you're just going to kill me with damage, and we lost DrunkenDork. And
there we go. Sorry, I disconnected.
Great with technology.
I know. I'm really good. It's all right. I'll edit that out later.
Amazing.
There we go.
All right. So, any final thoughts about this guy?
No. Yeah. I mean, I think you summed it up. I miss whatever you said in the end because I fucking ducked out. I was like, you know what? I don't want to do this podcast anymore. And so I just turned it off, but then I felt bad. So I was like, dude, Hoshi's got nothing else going in his life. I'm just, I can't let him down.
Yeah. The comments are pretty good on this one too. Like, I concede not to waste time. A player can concede at any time. Like, everyone's just gone into like hot debate, as the internet always is. All right.
Yeah.
So, with that, we will move on to our next phase. But before that, hey, if you guys have a Reddit rant that you guys find out there that you thought was pretty funny, or somebody ranting like crazy, and you think you should share it, send it our way. I love reading that kind of stuff, even if it doesn't make it on the show. So, yeah. And with that, we will move into our draw phase. And our draw phase is what Magic formats and decks that we have been playing this week. DrunkenDork, what have you been playing?
I actually haven't been playing as much as I normally have. I know, I knew going into the 15th, into today, that I would be playing Magic like crazy, like for the next 2 weeks, and I'll be probably recording a lot and editing even more. And so I kind of like, I was just knocking out my daily wins. Like, that was really it, and I was playing Gruul. But I will say today I played some limited. I played draft, and it took for fucking ever. It took so goddamn long. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think I played for probably 3 hours. And I went 7-1. Whatever, like, I won them all except for one. Nice. And it was really close, the one I didn't win. And that was, I don't know what Strixhaven school it is, but it's the green-black school, and I didn't splash any other colors.
I don't know the name, yeah.
And, and, like, I did really, really well. I had a lot of fun. I'm definitely going to get back into it, and I have, like, 5 or 6 draft tokens, so I'm going to draft the shit out of this set. And I was actually saving them for, like, a good set, and I think this is a perfect set to draft because of Mystical Archive. Yeah. It makes it so much more fun.
Yeah.
Nothing's better than getting something counterspelled. I was like, fucking counterspell, dude. What the hell? This is awesome.
Is counterspell actually in there?
Yeah, counterspell is in the draft, yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Are all the other like crazy Mystical Archive cards in the draft?
All of them are in the draft, yeah.
What? Swords to Plowshare and all that's in there?
I believe so, yeah.
What? That's crazy. Okay,
yeah.
I normally hate draft. But I mean, if that's all in there, yeah, I'm the same way. I have a bunch of draft tokens, and then I'll start a game, and then I won't finish it. I'll just leave it there forever. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Good to know.
Yeah.
Well, I have not been playing that much either. I've been trying to get like just little dailies in here and there. Like I've been doing research for, this upcoming week. So, I started playing a little bit today, and it's been awesome so far. So, hopefully I get more into it and can draft up some more decks. But yeah, I have a feeling I'm going to be playing a lot over the next couple days.
I know you are. Yeah,
I know I am too. Yeah, I've been working on my studio a little bit too. That's why I look like I'm in a goddamn suntan booth right now, or whatever is going on. All right, great. So with that, we'll move on to our next phase, which is our main phase, and that is Apollo's wild card of the week in Metagame Showdown. And so Apollo is in jail, so he's not going to be able to actually present it this week. But he is he's sending us secret emails from jail that he's been smuggling out in his Enus or he's been smuggling them out through his butthole unnecessarily though. I think he sends me a message and then he sticks his phone in his anus. Then he doesn't. I don't think he understands how it works. But you don't need to do that. All right, that's. Nice
letting
little
you know.
tip. They call that a keister carry. Yeah, Apollo let me know that. Yeah, so I didn't know that. That's some cool terminology. Thanks, Apollo. Anyways, so take it away, DrunkenDork.
Okay, so Apollo sent me a whole bunch of stuff, but and said he's not here. So and I can't find it on my phone. So Apollo, I love you, dude. Maybe get out of jail and then you can present this. But I will say his wild card choice of the week I do remember, and it was a really good one. So I'm definitely going to say it. Memory lapse. And I think that I like how he goes with blue with every wild card choice of the week. I thought green, red were your colors, dude. What's up with this? Anyway, I agree with that 100%. What do you think? Memory lapse, wild card of the week. Make 4 of them at whatever rarity it is.
Is it rare? If it's rare, I would say no. But if it's not, then yeah, totally get that. Totally get it. I think it's good. I honestly think Faithless Looting is probably one of the top. If we're talking about rare, we're talking about what rare to get. Probably Faithless Looting, that
card is so good.
It's so good. Yeah.
And then Jay Cavillo, I'm saying it different every time, sorry. He says biased. Yeah, I agree. I agree 100%.
Yeah.
He's actually, Apollo's more of a bandwagoner. Wouldn't you say that? Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
You should hear him with sports. He's like, oh, I like the Patriots. Oh, no, I like the Arizona Cardinals. Oh, no, I like, he just jumps around. He no, nothing, no. Oh, he's getting real grumpy, I can tell. He's probably burning up behind his keyboard.
He better keep it down.
No loyalty whatsoever, yeah.
In prison, they're not going to tolerate that kind of behavior at the keyboard.
No.
So
yeah,
calm down, Apollo. Anyways, well, I guess that's it then for our Apollo's wild card of the week metagame showdown. All right, and then with that, I guess we're just moving right on into our next phase, which is going to be our combat phase, and that is our horseshit card game. All right, my favorite game that you've been just killing it at recently. So let's pass it to Drunken.
So this is the horseshit card game, and now that we're streaming, y'all can play live. Feel free to chime in. Hoshi, do not look at their answers, you fucking cheater.
I've basically
the way this. I mean, that's debatable. Anyway, the way this works is I open up a pack of magic cards. I name off 3 in this case, and 2 of them are real, 1 of them is fake. And so let's get it started. I'm going to open it up. It's Ixalan this week, which is a super fun set, super fun drafting set.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't know. Did we do Ixalan last week?
I thought we did Dominaria. Was it Dominaria?
Oh, I think it was. Yeah, I think you're right.
Might have been.
All right.
I like
so
Ixalan.
I'm gonna grab that,
The whole
and then I'm gonna grab
Conquistador vampires thing was pretty cool.
yeah, dinosaurs, conquistadors, vampires, all
Weird
kinds
mix.
of stuff.
Yeah, weird mix. I like that they made conquistadors vampires. That's weird. Weird choice.
All right, you ready?
I'm offended. I am Spanish.
Okay, relax over there.
Appropriation. All right, sorry. Go on.
All right, so I got my 3 cards. The first one, Grazing Whiptail. 2 green for a creature dinosaur at common. Mm-hmm. It has reach.
Okay.
And it is a 3/4.
Okay.
The second card is Legion Conquistador.
Mm-hmm.
It is 2 and a white for a creature vampire soldier at common. And it says when Legion Conquistador enters the battlefield, you may search your library for any number of cards named Legion Conquistador. Reveal them, put them into your hand, then shuffle your library. It is a 2/2.
Okay.
All right. The final card is Wayward Pirate. It is 2 and a blue for a creature merfolk pirate at common. And it says tap. You may draw a card. If you do, discard a card. And it is a 2/1.
Man, I'm in between the dinosaur and the pirate. The whiptail one. It sounds like it definitely could be a dinosaur, but you're getting pretty good at faking them now. And the pirate, I've never heard of. I don't think, or I've definitely never seen anyone play it. There's definitely better dinosaurs in that one. And then I know about the conquistador guy, so I think I'm gonna go with my gut, which feels wrong once again. I don't know why I keep doing this. I keep picking the one that I think is wrong, but I'm going with the pirate instead because, yeah, that's probably wrong. So,
oh boy,
I feel like you made the whiptail up. Yeah, so yeah, let's go with the pirate.
Well, first I want to point out Apollo threw out what he thought. And, yeah, you're fucking wrong, dude. He's... boom. Yeah, boom, you're wrong. It is not Legion Conquistador. And, actually, Hoshi, you are correct, sir. Congratulations.
Oh! What?
Nice. Yeah, Wayward Pirate does not exist. Made that one up.
Oh, man.
Super generic.
Nice.
My rare card is some card I'd never even heard of, and it looks like it's just a pile of garbage. So, unexciting. Wah. Anyway, that was... thanks for watching, everyone. That was the horseshit card game.
Yeah, that was the horseshit card game. Well, I'm glad I won. I deserved it. How'd you guys do out there? Apollo lost. So that's par for the course, as what normally happens around here at the Dorks. And so, hope you guys got that one. And with that, we will move into our next phase, and that is main phase 2. And tonight we're going over Strixhaven decks that we have spec'd out that we think are going to be pretty spicy in this new historic meta. So,
yeah,
DrunkenDork, take it away. What are you rocking in this new meta?
So actually, first I'm going to start with Apollo's. So
okay,
yeah, I'll pull it up right here so we can all look at it. This one is not mine.
Did he actually send this to you, unlike the last thing that he didn't send, or?
Yeah, he sent it to me. So
that's cool.
I'm going to open the link in a new tab right now. All right, here we go. So Apollo's deck. We have a America deck that looks like it's going to be, I don't even know. This looks like some America tempo, and I'm liking it. So
okay,
let's start off with 4 Arclight Phoenix.
Oh,
it's a sweet start. Yeah. I think this is going to be a tempo. We got 1 Crackling Drake, 4 Storming Entity, which you don't see this card too often. This is this spell costs 2 and a blue less to cast if you cast an instant. Whoa, this is really good.
Yeah, it's played in the Phoenix decks a lot of the times. The Arclight Phoenix. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I mean, I guess, because I'm always in like diamond and shit, so you don't see that garbage over there. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
And then we got 4 Brainstorm, so that's new for Strixhaven. Mystical Archive is a sweet card.
Yeah.
I'm curious how it's going to do. Like I said, 2 Chart a Course. This card's fucking amazing. 4 Faithless Looting. This is a shit ton of card draw right here.
Oh,
boom,
so
dude.
much. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And discard.
And what?
And discard. I mean, which is great for the Phoenix, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. Then we got Finale of Promise, which you did see a lot, I feel like, for a while, and it doesn't really pop up that much anymore. You saw it in like some early like blue-red shells, but frankly, I just don't see blue-red shells a lot these days.
I think it's really good in this deck though because of just being able to, because Faithless Looting is a sorcery, and then like Brainstorm is an instant, so you could do Finale of Promise for 3 and hit both of those with it, which is cast 3 spells already, so you can bring back Art Like Phoenix with that 1/3 cost. It's insane. Yeah, some dude did it against me today, and it's very powerful.
Did you auto concede? Were you like, "Fuck you, dude, I'm out"?
I did. I was.
Yeah,
I did. Yeah, I exploded immediately. I was like, I will not allow you to touch me, my virgin flesh.
And then we got 4 Lightning Helix. This card's fucking dope. I have it in my deck that I made.
Yeah.
1 Memory Lapse, sweet card. This was Apollo's Wildcard of the week. 4 Opt. My God, dude, you have so much card draw in here. This is insane.
Yeah.
All very low converted mana cost too. 4 Spec'd Hazard. This is an amazing card. I remember when we were doing the spoilers for this set, I was like, dude, this is going to be a good card. And we see it a lot, you know? It is really solid. You see it mostly in sideboard, but in best of 1, you do see it main board sometimes.
Yeah, I think, I mean, it's a spell, so, and it's an instant, and it's low CMC cost, and with the way that the meta is shifting to like a way more lower CMC base, I think you're going to see it more. Especially with all these spell shenanigans.
Then we got Strategic Planning, which is, I guess they reprinted it, but this was already in, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just got cool art now.
Yeah. Thrilling Discovery. This is a new one. You gain 2 life. Then you may discard 2 cards. If you do, draw 3 cards, and it for 1 red, 1 white. This card's fucking dope, dude.
Super
I think it's
good.
really, really good.
Yeah,
it's
crazy.
unfortunate. It's sorcery though. That's the only thing.
I mean, still, it's an uncommon though. So, I mean, if you're trying to get into a deck like this, that's like a great sub for Faithless Looting or something like that. You know, if you're just trying to get into one of these Storm decks. I mean, still, even in this deck, it's great. It's a very good card.
Yeah. I think it's a great card. And then for our mana base, we have 19 lands, but that's not, that's also because he has the Spike Field Hazard, I'm assuming. He has 4 of those. So we have 4 Hallowed Fountain, 3 of the Blue-White Pathways, 4 Sacred Foundry, 4 Spire Bluff Canal, which is a sweet-ass land. And then 4 Steam Vents. No basic land.
Literally,
you're gonna get punished
no
hard.
basics.
Yeah, dude, you are gonna get punished hard for this at some point. I guarantee you.
For sure.
But that's not it. Paulo, this is a best of 3 deck, so we have a whole sideboard here. We have Crackling Drake, 1 more of those in the sideboard. 2 Aether Gusts. This card's amazing. It belongs in every sideboard based on the meta, especially now. Like Hoshi said, he played against nothing but mono red, and I think that's going to be what you're going to see going forward for the next few weeks. Declaration and Stone, 2 of these. I feel like we never see this card. It's a sweet card, though.
I've gotten hit by it, and it was great. I got to draw cards off of it, so I mean... It's probably bad that he hit me with it, actually.
1 more Memory Lapse. Also a great card. Mystical Dispute. We got 1 of those. 2 Negates. 4 Rip Apart. This is a new card.
Yeah.
It's red and white for choose 1. Rip Apart deals 3 damage to target creature or planeswalker, or destroy target artifact or enchantment. This is fucking amazing.
This was one of my top 5 cards out of the new set, because I wanted to pick like a couple that weren't rare, and I think this is like one of the top not rare cards in the set for sure.
Yeah, it's really, really good. And then finally, we have 2 Narset, Parter of Veils. I fucking hate this card.
One of the strongest cards, I think, right now with how insane... also, the strongest card against this deck that he actually made, right? This destroys this, like, draw everything deck. This Narset is so good. Yeah, it is an awful card. It's awful to play against.
And let's see, Jacavio says, looks sweet. I agree. Yeah, this does look like a sweet deck. What are your thoughts, Hoshi? What do you think of the deck overall?
I like it. I played something very similar that was just Izzet, and it was really strong. The addition of white in here, I think, is interesting with Lightning Helix, and the Thrill of Discovery is really what he's getting out of here, which adds some nice card draw, some life gain, and some more damage to it. I'm not sure if the white is completely necessary for this, but I mean, why not, I guess, in Historic when our mana bases are so good right now.
Yeah,
so
agree.
Yeah, it's cool. I like it. It's a cool deck.
Yeah, I agree. I think this deck looks sweet. The only thing I'd change is the mana base a little bit. Just add a few basic lands in there. I think it is important.
Yeah,
there's a lot of stuff in Historic right now, I think, that allows you to search for basic lands when, like, to punish the player. Yeah, exactly, like Assassin's Trophy, and there's more than that, too. Extinction Event, like, people still play that card. Or not Extinction Event, I'm sorry. What's the exile attacking creatures?
Oh, you're talking about Settle the Wreckage?
Yeah, Settle the Wreckage. Yeah, and people still play it. I see it all the time.
Oh, yeah, that's a great card.
Not only that, but besides that, keep going.
Oh, the other land destruction card, which is like burning something or other. It's like a 2-drop. You destroy one of their lands and they can search for something. Also, there's the land destruction, the lands that actually destroy other lands, like Field of Ruin and stuff like that.
People play those.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure, they're great. Yeah, so that would punish the hell out of this deck.
But yeah, I think it's great. I think this deck looks fun, and if I have these wild cards, like, dude, I feel so stingy about fucking crafting these brainstorms and stuff, because I hate it. Yeah, I hate it too. Yeah, it's frustrating.
I don't want to spend my wild cards on them at all. I've noticed.
Good deck, Apollo.
Super cool.
Should I go for mine?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, it's surprising that he made that, actually. In jail, nonetheless. Very...
Yeah. I mean, what else are you going to be doing? Just taking it in the bumhole and making decks.
That's true. That's his 2 favorite things right there. All right, what do you got? What do you got, Drunken?
Okay, so I'm going to open this up. And my deck, I named it Red, White, Pump It Up. Pump it up. All right, so... basically, the way this deck works is it is a fucking draft deck on steroids.
Oh, okay.
I got four clever Luminancers, which I fucking love this card.
Super cool.
This is like one of my favorite cards to come out of the set. I really think it's going to be great in not just this format. I think it's going to be good in other formats. So I got 4 of these. 4 Dreadhorde Arcanist, 2 Leonin Light Scribe, which, if you don't know what that is, it has Magecraft, and it says whenever you cast or copy an instant or sorcery spell, creatures you control get +1/+1 until end of turn, and it is a 2/2. All right? And then I have 4 Runaway Steamkin. Okay?
I hate that card. Yep. Go on.
I know you do. All right, so that's it for my creature package. Not a lot. Yeah. And then we get into my instant and sorcery. And this is where it starts looking really like a draft deck. Yeah. I have 4 Defiant Strike.
Nice.
4 Faithless Looting. 3 Fight as 1. Do you remember this card?
Yeah, I'm a Feather player, dude. Of course, that's a core card.
It works. It actually works really well in this deck too, because Clever Lumimancer is a human, and then Dreadhorde is not. Leonin is not. Runaway Steamkin is not. So it actually works pretty well.
It's an amazing card. Yeah, it's really good. And the art is super sweet on it. Love it.
Yeah, agreed. And then I got Fire Giant's Fury. I got 2 of these. Do you know this card?
Yeah, I actually do. I got killed by this. Yeah, for sure. It's pretty cool.
So 1 in a red for sorcery, and it says target giant you control gets +2/+2 and gains trample until end of turn. Whenever, oh my god, giant! What the fuck? I'm gonna take this out.
Oh wait, right, no, yeah, not this one. I was looking at the other one, the Investigators Rampage. Yeah.
No, okay, I'm gonna change it to 2 more Investigators Rampage. Let's move that right here. We'll do it on the fly. Get that out of here. Okay. So then we have God's Willing, 3 of these. Everyone knows what that is.
Oh yeah.
So, and then now I have 4 Invigorated Rampage, 3 Lightning Helix, 3 Run Amok.
Yeah.
Target attacking creature gets +3/+3 and gains trample until end of turn.
Yeah.
And then my mana base is 2 Castle Embereth, 4 Cliff Top Retreat, 1 Fabled Passage, 5 Mountain, 3 Needle, 3 of the Pathways, 3 Plains, and 4 Sacred Foundry. So basically, I am just trying to pump my creatures and come in with a lot of trample damage.
Yeah.
The only thing I think I would change myself is maybe add some of those white creatures that add like protection or something like that, you know, or definitely maybe another God's Willing. Like maybe I'll change it right now. We'll add a God's Willing and take away an Invigorated Rampage. What do you think of the deck, Hoshi?
I like it. I mean, it's very reminiscent of a Feather deck. I feel like you can just take out Runaway Steamkin and put Feather in there, and it's like almost the exact same thing. I think it's good. I think one of the things that I would change about it is I would add at least one of the Creeper Owl Advocate guy.
From the I'm sorry. Deck. I have Lurrus in my companion. That's why I don't have that.
Oh, okay. All right. That makes sense. All right. So Lurrus is good. That Creeper Owl would be perfect with this deck, especially since you're running 4 Faithless Lootings, because you're throwing so many cards in the graveyard. Dreadhorde Arcanist is great, but he dies like a lot. So like having just another way to like recur them from the graveyard. I guess like Lurrus is just another route to go. So that's good too. Or Runaway Steamkin, he's okay. I mean, really good in a red deck. But I would also add in maybe one of the double strike or the like double your attack damage one. There's a couple of those that are like 2 mana or 3 mana, and it's like it just doubles your damage, which is crazy in these decks. That makes it your ability to like OTK somebody. So yeah. I think maybe I would add in 2 of those. But other than that, it's great.
I mean, we'll see. I honestly think it's going to perform mediocre. I've yet to actually... I built it, but I don't have all the wild cards. Yeah. I mean, I don't have the 4 Faithless Looting, and I don't have the 3 Lightning Helix.
I've died against these this like almost exact same deck twice today.
Did it have Lurrus in it? It was like the same thing?
Yeah, it had Lurrus in it. Yeah, it's very similar. But of course, they got both times that I played this deck, they got 3 of their Dreadhorde Arcanists in their first like top 15 cards. So lucky them. Pretty good.
I mean, it works really good in this shell, especially when you're pumping your creatures, because you pump it, then you can return stuff that is going to pump it again. Like you can, there's a lot of potential damage here. It's just, it dies to removal. That's a huge part about it that I don't like. I almost splash blue to get counter spells in here.
That's why I think Feather is like such a good choice for this kind of deck, because you can just continuously bounce God's Willing and fight as one to just be invincible basically at that point. Besides exile effects, that's pretty much all that you're hit against. But that's one of the decks that I made, which I won't go over now because this is very similar to my feather deck, actually, that I came up with. Like I said. Yeah. I mean, it's cool. Right. This is right up my alley. I love the Boros, you know?
Sweet, dude. I'm glad you like it.
Yeah, very cool.
Which one are you going to go over then? And I'll pull it up. The Salty Land Destruction?
Yes.
Okay.
That is exactly what I am doing. All right. Let me go there too. So yeah, I immediately I love jank, obviously. So
yeah,
yeah, you do. I mean, Land Destruction is been super jank for a while, but now we got a nice little spicy card that we call Stone Rain, and Stone Rain is 3 mana. It's 2 colorless and a red for destroy target land. Before this card has came out, there has been no card in the or like sorcery or anything like this in the set that's been like just straight destroy a land without search for a land or any of that kind of stuff that has not been below 4 CMC. So this is the lowest CMC land destruction that we've gotten. And then we have a bunch of other really fun stuff in here that I've played this today, and it is so much fun to play against. You could feel their frustration. The salty title in here is really true to it. So let's go over just the land destruction spells at first. We're running 4 Stone Rains, okay? Then we are running 4 Smashing Success, which is a 4-drop land destruction. It's destroy artifact or land. If you destroy an artifact, you get a treasure token. So this one's got some nice, like, duality to it. And then we have Rumble Readings, which is destroy a land, and then Scry 2, which is just great to be able to, find your more land destruction or whatever else you're looking for in the deck. And then, let's see. And then to stay alive, we have Wrath of God. Obviously, we have Rip Apart, which is, I love this card. And then, of course, we have a Lightning Helix. We got 3 of those in there. We also have Shatter Skull Smashing, which is pretty sweet. And then with Mana Ramp, I have 3 Mind Stones and 1 Chromatic Lantern. And then for Planeswalkers, I am running 3 Chandra Torch of Defiance. And she is a win condition in her own, because once you get her emblem off, whenever you cast a sorcery or instant, you can deal damage with that. And so she's really strong. She buffs and she's card draw, which is good. And then the other one I'm running is Rowan, Scholar of Sparks, which is the new Planeswalker from Strixhaven. And she is a 3-drop, and she reduces the cost of sorceries and instants by 1. And then her +1 is you deal a damage to an opponent. And if you've drawn like a couple cards, you deal 3, which is not going to happen in this deck, unfortunately. And then her -4 is you get an emblem with whenever you cast an instant or sorcery, you can pay 2 mana and double it. So her emblem is really good for this deck. Because guess what else I'm running in this deck? Double Vision, double. And one of the best things about destroying one land is destroying another land along next to it. So double vision along with land destruction is a disgusting. I pulled it off the first time I double visioned and destroyed 2 lands on someone. They just conceded immediately. They were like, nope, I see where this is going, and I don't like it. So that's good. But all right, so I'm doing all this dumb stuff in destroying their lands. I know maybe I'm not the only person out there that has played against a land destruction deck that has just destroyed their lands and has done nothing else but that, right? You need a win condition. So I've got a couple win conditions in this deck. I already talked about Chandra. She's a win condition in her own. The other one next to it, I'm not even going to talk about Will, the other side of Rowan, because he's garbage. So for win conditions, I have Dawn of Hope in here, which is a great way. It's card draw, and if you destroying all their lands and you can just start making tokens, it may sound ridiculous, but it really is a win condition at the end of the game, because I'm going to have a ton of lands by that time, and so I can just start pumping out tokens over and over again. And we have Chandra, and then we have another spicy guy in here, which is the one of my favorite cards from the new set, which is the Boros Elder Dragon. Velomachus Lorehold.
I saw that.
Yeah. So we got one of him in there, and I might want to put 2 in because, or not. I don't know. I want 2 of him so bad. He is a 7-drop with flying, vigilance, and haste, and when he attacks, which you can do immediately after you cast him, you look 7 cards deep into your library, and you can cast an instant or sorcery from in there that is equal to or less than his power, which is 5. So I can immediately grab another land destruction out of my deck and smash them with that on attack with this guy. So that's just the perfect way to kill them. With I'm doing damage and I'm still destroying their land with him, which is that's so good. And then I forgot to mention I also have Sweltering Sun, which is 3 damage to all creatures because the creature base is very heavy, low CMC right now, and you can cycle it.
That's a good card.
Yeah, you can cycle it in case you're going against control, so I really like Sweltering Sun. And I also am running 2 Mana Ties in here, which is... they have been useful every time I've got them. No one sees Mana Tithe coming. I gotta tell you, it's been amazing. I don't know if you've played with this card yet, Drunken, but...
I said I think it looks amazing. It's gonna be really good. I fucking love Mana Tithe, dude. It's so good.
It's so good.
Gotcha.
Because it works on anything, and people are like, what? White?
Yeah.
Boros just counterspelled me. What is going on in this world of Historic?
I love this, dude. I think this is one of the best additions to the Mystical Archive.
It's so good.
Nothing's better than that. Because, like... in blue, this is a bad fucking, counterspell. But definitely. In white, this is as good as it gets, man. And it's amazing because, like, especially because it's newly added. Like, I think people are still, like, weighing out the meta, right? And, like, they're not expecting Boros to fucking mana tithe them. And then you do. And you fucking get them.
I gotta say, I actually want to add more of these in here because Mana Tithe is actually super powerful in this deck because guess what I'm doing in this deck? I'm destroying their lands. So if they're able to cast anything, it's probably going to be for the maximum amount of CMC that they have. And so Mana Tithe is basically counterspell at that point, So Mana Tithe is super good in this deck. I'm destroying their lands and stopping their spells from being cast. It's just great. I love it. This jank has gotten way better. The land base is not worth talking about because I have not refined it yet. There is a way better job to do this in there. And then I did have a sideboard, I think, at some point, but I don't know where it went. So,
cool.
Drunken. Drunken. What do you think about this salty goodness?
I think it looks janky as fuck for sure, but it looks fun, and I know like that's what you bring to the table. You bring something fun and something generally janky, but there's nothing wrong with that. I like it. It's I guess like in comparison to your last deck, it's definitely not as wildcard hungry,
Oh no,
as rare and mythic.
I still play that deck and it murders. It's so good. But
I will say the one card I would add in here is the white land that makes 1/1s.
Oh yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, that's like I said, the mana base is not refined yet. I basically just stole this mana base from some other land destruction deck that was terrible. So it not only that Field of Ruin definitely needs to be in there. There's another like red land destruction card that's in there as well. So there's a lot of good land destruction lands that could be added in here, as well as that one for sure. The Castle Artevale, I think that is you're talking about. Yeah, super good. Yeah, I like that. Anything else?
I like it a lot though. I think it looks sweet, dude.
So satisfying. Salty concedes. That's right up your alley. You're a counterspell player, right? Those are salty concedes for sure.
I was actually going to propose to you, like, how much time are we at right now on the recording? Because, like, we could potentially go over maybe your other deck.
Oh, okay, sure. We are at 46 minutes right now. So.
Okay.
I could go over it real quick. It's very similar to to yours so I can just hit like kind of the high points on it?
Yeah.
Okay, sure. So the other deck that I came up with was another Boros deck. Big shocker, because I am a fan of the color. And it getting a boost is just, I love it. Because, you know, I really care about Boros because I like underdogs. And Feather is one of my favorite cards. Not that it's like a super complex or like, you know, deep card to play. If you don't know Feather, it's whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell that targets a creature you control, exile that card instead of putting it into your graveyard as it resolves. If you do, return it to your hand at the beginning of the next end step. So you basically just get to bounce back your instant to your hand if it targets stuff that you control. So I have basically everything in here that targets stuff that I control. And it's very similar to the the Boros decks of beforehand. The difference between yours is you were running Luris, so you couldn't run Feather. You also couldn't run Mavinda, Student of Advocates, which I'm running 2 of them here because I want to be able to return those sorceries from my graveyard. And I'm also running Faithless Looting like you are. And that's, I think, a huge addition to the Feather deck. Because I can just start rummaging through, and if I get instants and stuff that I don't care about, I can throw them in the graveyard, and then I can get them back with Dreadhorde Arcanist or Mavinda now. So there's a lot more ways to get those back from the graveyard than there ever was before. Before, all you had was Dreadhorde Arcanist. So now you have Mavinda as well, and you have a good way of getting them into the graveyard earlier on. And then I also have Clever Luminarch like you did. I also am running Reckless Rage, though, which is a super good removal card. Where you deal 4 damage to target creature and 2 damage to a creature that you control. And with Feather, if you target a creature that you control, you bounce it back to your hand. So Reckless Rage, super sick. 3 of those in this deck. I'm also running God Willing and Fight as One as you are, and Defiant Strike. One of the new cards that I'm running is, I only have one of them, which is Show Confidence, which is pretty interesting. It's when you cast this spell, copy it for each other instant and sorcery spell that you've cast this turn. You may choose a new target for each copy, and what it does is you put a 1/1 counter on target creature, and it gains vigilance until the end of the turn. So pretty good. You're pumping stuff up pretty crazy at this point.
So I have a good story about this card. And when I was drafting today, I played against a deck. It didn't beat me, but it got me down to 1 life, 1 health.
Yeah.
It had 5 of these fucking cards in its deck. 5 of them.
How?
Well, that's how drafting is,
yeah,
right? Like,
yeah.
he just happened to come, or he or they or she just happened to come across 5 of these, had 5 of them in their deck. It was amazing. It did really good. Like, the only thing was, like, I had since I was black and green specifically, I had big beefy blockers, so I was able to block it. But my God, it was a really, really close. That was the last game I played before, like, the end of the draft. Before I got all of my wins. And it was an intense game. I wish I would have recorded it. It was really good. Good card, though. Sweet card.
Yeah, it seems pretty cool. I'm only running 1 just to try it out. And then I got Leonin Lightscribe like you put in there because I think he's just going to go crazy with Feather with being able to cast all these like low CMC spells all the time and then just keep getting them back. For removal, Rip Apart, Lightning Helix, 3 Dreadhorde Arcanist, and then Strict Proctor I put in here, which I'm not sure if he is great in the current meta, but in the meta before this, I think he was super good because whenever any permanent entering the battlefield causes a triggered ability to trigger, counter that ability unless its controller pays 2. So nothing in here has an ETB effect on it, so this is not damaging to the deck, and it's only a 2-cost flyer, so I think it's worth running this just in case you are running running against somebody that has like any type of ETB. This counters, which is way better than the fairy that we had beforehand. And so
I'm gonna interrupt you. Thanks
Sure.
for joining, Josh Savio.
Oh yeah, peace out, man.
off.
Thanks for going. Yeah, that's great.
Keep going.
Okay, and then I built this for best of 3 as well because this one I spent a little time on. I got Leyline of Sanctity in here because there's a lot of stuff that targets face nowadays. With all of the hand hate with the Kozilek card that came in and all that other stuff.
What the fuck is Leyline? Oh, is it in your sideboard?
Yeah, I'm talking about sideboard right here.
Oh, okay.
So I got Leyline of Sanctity in there. And then this card, I think, has become one of maybe the strongest cards right now in Historic as far as countering the meta, which we talk about a lot, which is Rest in Peace. There is so much graveyard stuff with Faithless Looting and all these things coming in with all these red decks. At least right now, I think Faithless Looting, he's dogging on you for pronouncing his name terribly. Rest in Peace is an amazing card that when Rest in Peace enters the battlefield, exile all cards in all graveyards. If a card or token would be put into the graveyard from anywhere, exile instead. So this Feather gets around this because instead of going to the graveyard, it gets exiled. So it's not terrible to put in the Feather deck. It does. I would switch these out with the Mavinda because that's his whole thing is pulling stuff out of the graveyard. So he's a direct swap out for Rest in Peace. I have two more Strict Proctors, Skyclave Apparition, some Mana Tithes in there because no one sees the Mana Tithe. Another Reckless Rage in case it's a creature heavy deck, and then Declaration in Stone because this card could be handy depending on the matchup. So what do you think about the sideboard for Boros?
I think it's great, man. Yeah, it looks pretty sweet. The whole deck itself looks fun. I like it. It doesn't look as good as mine, but that's cool, dude. You're trying. You're trying, and that's what matters, right?
We'll have to battle it out then. We'll have to have a Boros battle. I'm curious what Apollo thinks about the sideboard as he deems himself a sideboard aficionado. Oh well. If he wasn't in jail, I guess we'd be able to find out. But
that is true. That is true.
Maybe if we pay his bail, we'll get a GoFundMe for him to get him out of jail. All right. Well, did you have any other stuff that you want to go over for this segment? No.
Right. No. Yes. So the only other card I would say that I would like to add into this is the red one that gives your creatures +1/+0, that red land.
Castle Embreth.
Embreth?
Yeah, Embreth. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I would add Castle Embreth like 1, maybe 2 in here.
Okay. Yeah.
Because it's just a really strong card, and you're trying to get in for damage, and it does really good in a deck like this, I feel like.
Yeah. I feel like this deck's really good at like either stalling out the game or being aggressive, which is, it feels like it can pivot pretty well, especially now that Lightning Helix is in here and Rip Apart and all this stuff. Like, this deck can be more aggressive, I think, than it used to be. And with Clever Luminarch, woo! That card.
Yeah.
Sweet. There's a lot of good stuff. Yeah. Sweet, man. Yeah, that's a good... I mean, almost all of the castles are amazing, right?
Yeah, they are. It's like one of the... That set, I don't want to go down a fucking rabbit hole, but that set is just so good, man. Like, I don't know if there will ever be a set as like powerful as that.
Yeah, you know what? Honestly, like Strixhaven's a great set, but when I look at the lands, I just kind of feel disappointed a little bit because I've been cracking a lot of them today, and I'm like, I don't know. I'm sure they're great in standard. But in Historic, they're straight garbage, I think.
And Paulo said, sideboard's good. He said the Rest in Peace is a good ad. We are for sure going to see a lot of Storm, which is absolutely true. Like Hoshi said, almost nothing but mono red, and I know people are really brewing around mono red Storm. I know I was. And different forms of Dreadhorde Arcanist and other graveyard variants. Yes, absolutely. I agree, Paulo. You're right for once.
Yeah, so I was actually thinking of brewing up just a straight metagame hate deck, but I didn't get around to it today. But I think one already pretty much exists, which is the mono white lockdown deck, which is pretty much like an anti-new meta hate that already exists, which I don't think there's many other cards that need to get slotted into it. But I'll play around with that because I always like to counter the meta. I like the underdogs. So... it's one of the things we always talk about in here, right? It's like, hey, if you hate the meta, come up with something against it, right? So I think it's good to start brewing that up immediately. Salty tears. All right, so well, I hope you guys like those decks. If you guys are brewing up any cool Strixhaven stuff or seeing any emerging trends in the Strixhaven meta, we've been getting some good stuff in our Discord that's been coming up. So thank you for everybody that's been sending that stuff our way, and continue to do so because Historic's awesome. So let's move on to our end step, and our end step is where anything else that we are dealing with, like outside of this world, other nerdy stuff that we're into or doing this last week. What about you, Drunken? What nerdy things outside of Magic have you been up to?
So I started playing Outriders, which I know you started playing.
Yeah.
And I think the game is really fun. I don't think it's good as Destiny, but I do think the game is fun. I think the abilities feel super powerful. They make you feel like, a fucking Jedi or something, which is dope.
I feel that. Yeah.
But, I started playing that and I was like, meh, like I wasn't a big fan of the gunplay. So,
no, me either.
That got me back into playing Destiny.
That's funny.
And then Destiny, dude, I went down a rabbit hole. And then Destiny got me back into playing Elder Scrolls Online, and my God, that game is good. What? If anybody watches this and they play Elder Scrolls Online on the Xbox, play anything on the Xbox, hit me up. I am DrunkenDork on Xbox, so nice. Hit me up, man.
That's so funny, dude. You know what? I haven't gotten back into Outriders since I started playing. I think I'm only at like level 4 or something, but I totally agree. It feels like a lot like Destiny cross Gears of War, where because it's got that third person shooter and like the third person view where you're behind the person. Where Destiny is a first person shooter one, but I feel like the abilities are more impactful than Destiny is. But at the same time, the gunplay is not where Destiny is much better shooter, for sure. But at the same time, I like it. I think the game is like very pretty and fun to play, and I just haven't gotten a chance to really like get back into it because I got to stay on top of Historic with like the time that I have to actually play video games. A lot of the time, I feel like And I love playing Historic, so it's hard. Like it's a justification. I'm like, do I want to play this, video game or?
And Apollo said, I'm gonna interrupt you real quick. He says, I have absolutely no life whatsoever. Period. And that's all he said.
Yeah.
And then he said, I have almost all classes level 80
oh
in Final
my God.
Fantasy 14.
Well, that brings me to another subject, which you guys know about. I just got, I had a little bit too much of the whiskey the other night, and I've been just straight eye fucking this monitor for a long time that I've wanted, and I got too drunk and I bought it one night and it just came in today, and it is a 49-inch curved monitor, and so I am probably gonna jump back into Final Fantasy 14 at least just to see what it looks like on this thing. I got it. So so Apollo, if you're looking for a dungeon partner at some point, he's super into it. We'll have to dive back into the FF, bro, and get some straight. All right,
relax over there, dude. You're sending Apollo's probably jerking off onto his keyboard.
Yeah, so that's pretty nerdy. I've been straight geeking out on just like hardware and stuff this week. Man, this monitor, it's like, it's so crazy. I love it. I love tech. But anyways, this is our end step. I hope. What other nerdy shit are you guys into? Hey, hit us up on the Discord. I like reading about what other like weird stuff you guys are into outside of Magic too. So anywho, let's move on to our cleanup phase. And our cleanup phase is real quick. It's just like our social media promo stuff. So we're just gonna throw up all the places that you can hit us up, like our Discord, and what are the things that the kids are on nowadays? Drunken Dork.
How many whiskeys have you drunk, dude? All right, so yeah, you can find us on Facebook, Instagram. We have our own Discord. We are streaming live right now on Twitch. Feel free to watch us anytime we're streaming. We're really bad about it, honestly. We generally post it to the historic Reddit about an hour or two before we go live, or we post it to our Discord. So please, give us a follow. Instagram, Facebook, YouTube especially, iTunes, fucking Google Audio.
Whoa.
Whatever you want to watch us on or listen to us on, we are pretty much there. Cool. So just give Mana Rant or Mana Dorks a search, or it'll be in our show notes in the YouTube video.
Nice. Oh, I forgot to mention too that I got my 3D printer up and going. So there's going to be some cool Mana Dorks 3D printed projects coming up within
nice.
hopefully pretty soon.
Maybe we can finally do a giveaway or something, right? That would be dope.
Hopefully. So I'm working on a few things in my limited downtime that I have. So,
okay.
Anyways, some giveaways would be fun. Yeah. So now we move on to the most psychotic phase of our podcast, which is the discard phase. Wah, wah, wah. The end of the show. If you have made it this far into the show, thank you for listening. And this is dedicated to you, this phase right here, where me and DrunkenDork, and probably Apollo in jail if he snuck in some toilet wine that he made, are going to pound the drinks that we have been drinking tonight. Except for me, I'm not going to pound whiskey, but I do have a Truly right here that I am going to pound. Nice. Yeah, so we're going to finish these off, and that is going to be our sign out to you all. So thank you for listening. And anything else?
I do want to say one more thing. Also, if you don't watch us live, I suggest do it, because you can join in with the chat. And not only that, afterwards, we usually play games. So if you want to play some freaking arena historic games or some historic brawl with us, join in. Watch us live. Play with us after. It's fun.
I haven't even thought of making a new brawl deck yet. Oh no.
Yeah, I know.
That's a good point.
Tiny leaders. Yeah, good point, Apollo. Tiny leaders too. Absolutely. All right, let's do this.
All right, cheers, everybody.
Cheers, everyone.
Oh, that was so full.